Neil McAvoy, Assembly Member, Southfield Central, and Cardiff Councillor.
Jackie Hurst, Social Worker and Assistant to Mr McAvoy.
Well, we're on our way to City Hall now, and I'm going to be giving evidence. I'm very much looking forward to answering questions about the matter before the Standard and Ethics Committee. There are some pretty serious matters that I want to put on the public record. There's one bit of evidence that I want to give in private due to the confidential nature of what I will have to say. It's extremely important, but that can't be public. And we had the hearings yesterday, and every single witness changed their stories, every single one. And I'm at the point now where I'm concerned that, well, my whole staff is concerned, my family's concerned. Certain people have a political agenda to protect the First Minister of Wales in the election in 2021, and they will do anything to damage my reputation. So this is essentially a child protection matter. And I did say that it's the worst case I've come across in 25 years. I'll put that in context in case anyone misunderstands. The context of this is Cardiff Council have behaved outrageously, and it's the worst case I've come across, the actions of Cardiff Council, ever since I've been involved in politics. Yesterday we had a director of the company state that I'd been rude and called him scruffy. He actually lectured me and said how disappointed he was that an Assembly member had been so insulting, and I indulged him for a while. I wanted him to go on. What he didn't know when he made his statement at the time was that 2 of the 3 interactions with me were recorded, and we were able then in the hearing to produce the evidence. They were made to listen to the recordings, and it blew him out of the water because the recordings showed that I'd not raised my voice. They showed that he had lied. I had not called him scruffy, for example, and he then withdrew that and said that he had embellished the evidence. I think I asked him had he embellished the evidence, and he agreed that he had. There's the other staff member who I had the conversation with, told the committee she didn't know who I was, and yet when we looked at the paperwork from Cardiff Council, it was clear that I was known, and my details about me had been communicated to the child, even though that was denied. There was the other gentleman. There was another witness who contradicted his colleagues, which was interesting. Again, insisted that I'd been aggressive, as we always get these tropes, effectively, because if you have a brown face, you're always perceived as being aggressive, and it was just made up, because he said I was pointing, which is an aggressive gesture. Then he said I had open hand gestures, which is not aggressive. He couldn't say where I'd made those, he couldn't say where I'd made those gestures. What was really embarrassing, to be honest, he kept on changing his evidence every few sentences, and what I'm absolutely outraged about is that the Standard and Ethics Committee of Cardiff Council refused, despite my repeated requests, to digitally record the proceedings. So I've had these witnesses come in, lie, effectively, and they've not been recorded. And I wonder what the minutes will read. But thankfully, we had a hell of a lot of people in the audience, and a hell of a lot of people have heard what's been said. Who knows, maybe 1 or 2 people may have recorded. We don't know, do we? We'll find out. So what I'm looking for is an accurate set of minutes to be produced, and what has come out of this, Jack, there's so many inconsistencies, weren't there?
I was shocked. The comparison between the recording and what was described was genuinely a surprise, I think, to everybody. Yeah. And I think the mood changed in the room after we heard them. Yeah,
I was said to be irate and so on, and I'm actually speaking very professionally on the recording, and it was them who were not being professional. But what is a concern is, I was sitting down with the investigating officer from the Ombudsman, same one who investigated me last time, by the way, found me guilty last time, or referred me on, put it that way, last time. And we're in a situation where There are 4 people saying I behaved in a certain way. And I'm saying, look, I've not done that. I've not done that. They're lying. I haven't done it. And it's a question of, really, Mr. McAvoy? 4 people are lying? Well, well, well. And I'm not believed. So I'm actually guilty before being proven innocent. The only reason that I'm going to get off with this, I haven't got the result yet, there's no way that I can be convicted after this. It'll be an absolute farce if I'm convicted of anything. The only way is because we secretly, digitally record. We're going to go in now, I'm going to give evidence, I'm looking forward to giving evidence, and if this was in court, this matter would have been thrown out. We'll see what they do. Diolch yn fawr.